It's not just a record-breaking football and singing career that has the world at Posh and Beck's feet. It's that wholesome family image that has everyone wanting to be a part of the Beckham household. Well, up until now.
Yeah, after being notably absent from David's 50th birthday bash, rumours are starting to swirl regarding a rift between eldest son Brooklyn, his wife Nicola, and their in-laws. So what's going on, or Nicola's in-laws? What's going on? To break down all the Beckham family drama, journalist Maureen Callahan joins us live from New York.
Hey, Maureen.
Maureen, no one better to break this all down for us. Brooklyn and Nicola didn't show up at David Beckham's 50th. Now, for a family that always puts on such a united front, this was pretty interesting. So is it safe to assume that there is something going on behind the scenes?
Oh, absolutely. It's safe to assume. Now, this wasn't just any 50th birthday party. I think David Beckham had like weeks-long events in different countries. There was an event in Paris. Then he had this very, very starry drinks party in London. Gordon Ramsay was there, Eva Longoria was there, Tom Cruise was there, photographed exiting looking like he was drunk and like a happy drunk. And I loved this. So it's very notable that Brooklyn and Nicola were not there. I also just want to say, as an addendum or an aside, my favorite detail in many of these stories is they call Brooklyn a budding chef, which he's been for about the past 10 years.
Yeah. Still budding.
Yeah, still budding.
Is worth pointing out.
Is it seen, though, that the rift might be centred over the brothers?
Well, it's interesting because there are different leaks coming from different camps, which are the camps within the Beckham family, correct? So there are leaks that Brooklyn is upset that Romeo is dating a former friend / possible girlfriend who once also dated Rocco Ritchie, Madonna's son, and that this is the cause of the rift. But then there are other reports that it's really Nicola who is the problem and is driving a wedge between Brooklyn and his family of origin. You know, it's a sort of very Meghan Markle-ish kind of narrative that they're spinning there. The younger Beckhams love to post little cryptic, pointed daggers of captions on Instagram. It's all extremely mature, exactly what you would expect from, you know, scions such as these. And then what's interesting, though, is that Victoria and David always make it a point in their captions whenever the family is doing something very theatrically, which is the only way they do something really, to say that, Brooklyn and Nicola, and by the way, Brooklyn goes by Brooklyn Peltz Beckham. Yeah. He's inserted her surname into his name. It's all it's reminiscent of Harry and some emasculation. They always make it a point to say you are missed. Nicola Beckham Peltz or Peltz Beckham, whatever, you are missed. So they are giving the impression that they are the magnanimous ones, that the door is always open. Yet there was another report that Brooklyn and Nicola asked to meet with David and Beckham privately instead of, you know, participating in any of the 50th birthday celebrations, and they were rebuffed.
Okay. So, I mean, this all goes back to the wedding as well. There was obviously some kind of rift, or there was reportedly some kind of rift between Nicola and Victoria around the wedding, which then filtered out through the entire family. But, you know, we were just looking at images from the Netflix documentary, which put the family out there as this big, strong, united, happy family, which is obviously a big part of brand Beckham. So how are all these rumours impacting on the family brand?
Be honest.
You know, that's so interesting because that documentary, which played, like, it was very, very popular here in the States as well. And that scene that you're playing right now where, you know, Victoria's doing her direct-to-camera talk about her own origin story, and David Beckham breaks down and he's like, you're not telling the truth, you're not telling the truth. Like, it was like the OJ trial, you know, it was like whether she had a Rolls growing up, you know, it was like really funny. And we saw his OCD, and we saw how so much of the household really does revolve around David Beckham, and we got just like a little glimpse into what the cost of that level of greatness really is, right?
Yeah.
To become a David Beckham, it cost him a lot, and I think it cost the family a lot. And so when we do see these rifts, you know, it is a little bit of a peek behind the curtain that as much as brand Beckham would like to be seamless and all happy families all day long, of course it's not that. It never could be that.
Oh, well, she apparently has a show coming out soon too, a documentary on her life. So that may have more insight. I wonder if they'll be a part of it. But until then, Maureen, great to have your insight today. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Maureen.